Welcome to Whale Talk, Episode 2. This is Dan, the vocalist for the band called Whale. And I'm here with Chris, the lead guitarist for Whale. Last night we had our first debut of our EP album called Stuffed Animal Pirates at the Watering Hole Maze Landing. That was on the 14th of April 2017. Today is the 15th.
Hey guys, this is Chris, and so last night was pretty fun. Actually, more than pretty fun. The performance, I think that we did a great job.
It was one of the. I mean, like I said, it was all three of us, performing live. That was our first time. It was phenomenal. I mean, we're releasing slowly, one song video at a time on Facebook. You'll get to see the rest.
Yeah, it was our first show as a trio, and with these songs, Dan did a phenomenal job vocally. Zan, awesome on the drums as always, and just the energy was vibing back and forth like crazy.
But I think you'll really appreciate if you keep watching our shows. Well, like I said, they're in segments. You'll see, the transitions, the different sounds we have. Please comment about the sounds and anything. And if you're against wailing, we agree with you. If you want to protest that, that's fine. And if you want to, be a groupie, that's fine too. And I would like to segue into appreciating Way L. He's an awesome guy. That guy, he does podcasts as well with us. Way L.
Yeah, actually, we'll have that spokesman on this show eventually, and he'll just tell all you guys a little bit about what it means to be a whale and how whaling affected their culture way back in the day. So we'll have some content on that as well.
And we digress. But let's talk about some of the other bands that showed up that night and the energy of that night. So I know we had some shows. Zan was prepared. We set up. We felt good. We said hi to, Joe Anthony's the guy who promoted it. Great guy. He helped us out, hooked us up with this show.
And the sound tech, Jess, don't know his last name, but he was phenomenal with what he was doing behind the dashboard
there. They took a sticker and they slapped it right on their equipment. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we had some stickers out for everybody. And our next show is May what?
May 13th.
May 13th.
We stuck around for Insanity Theory. One of us had to go to our job around 9 o'clock, so we couldn't stick around for the rest. But, this may sound contradictory with what I just said, but please support local musicians and stay as long as you can for them. With that being said, Insanity Theory, their performance, they really had a great sound. It was a little bit of punk rock, and I saw a lot of dissonant breakdowns too. They had this chord structure that twisted each note into a certain way, from fast beats on top of that guitar. It was really something that I haven't heard in a while.
I'd like to make a special mention to Argo Alex.
The vocalist and guitarist to Argo.
Yeah, that guy was fucking awesome, man. He came right up to us. He was running a little late, and he even apologized. Said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't see you guys." And we thought it was very honest and forward and awesome of him to do that. And, we weren't able to stay and see his show, which we regret highly. And that means we're going to come out. Next time we hear Argo's playing, we're going to try to come out and check you guys out. From what I can tell, they understand the community. You get out there, you communicate, you talk to people, you say, hey, what's going on? I gave him a sticker and he loved it. Great guy. Once again, I want to see them perform.
Yeah, when you see that among the bands you're playing with, it really brings everyone together. And we're all on the same team. You're just trying to get all our voices heard. And it starts with the bands. It really does. Going from one band to the next. Hey, who's playing here? Oh, I play with these guys. Yo, they sound awesome. Stuff like that. It really amps up the whole scene.
So what we got next, we got to talk about. First of all, I'd like to say we had, there was no one, actually, there was not an audience at this venue. Let's talk about the venue in general.
Yeah,
it was very dead. I want to say that there was mostly people around the bar, and they were just like your fellow, bar-going people just sitting around the bar. They weren't really there for the venue. But, our awesome, most loyal fan, I want to put, mention something about him. Nick Devins, he's also the guy of Way L. This guy's amazing. He's been with us since the beginning. He's always supporting us. He's actually the one who filmed the video for us. He was our only audience member that was actually in the crowd. We had no one. The only people that were there were the other bands. But I'm not knocking anything. It's fine. It was a good show. It was a good way to get out and experience something and just let the energy rock.
And also, given the time that we were playing, we started at 6:30.
6 p.m., yeah.
Yeah, 6:30. So, I mean, naturally, you're not going to get as big of a crowd starting off, but we are starting off. And also about Nick, those videos, we have 4 videos. 2 have already been posted on our Facebook page. They are You and I and Seabreeze. We already covered Seabreeze, and we would like to get into You and I, but I feel that it is good to have our drummer here for that one, Zan, because he was about 60% behind the writing process of that song. The 2 other videos that are supposed to be posted sometime this week, I think perhaps today, are She Left the Back Door Open and A Desert Cleansing. We can get into She Left the Back Door Open, the writing process behind that, for Dan wrote the lyrics to that song.
Yeah, She Left the Back Door Open is a really personal song for me in particular as a vocalist. It's experiences I've been through, and it's also highly relatable to a lot of people. I implore you guys to really listen to the song. I don't want to give it away, but there's a lot there that a lot of people can relate to. Reference to being in a relationship with someone that they leave, a piece of them out of the picture, just hoping that something else will come along, and it's kind of just being honesty. But at the end of the day, it's about the music, about how it sounds, and that's how it flows, and just got a lot of energy behind it because of that. But I do want to say that because there was no audience, we actually did capitalize on the fact that there was a lot of space in front of the stage. And if you watch one of our songs, man, we really took advantage of that space, and it was really good. We really brought that stage presence, which was awesome.
Yes, and behind the lyrics of She Left the Back Door Open, as Dan mentioned last episode, that song was instrumentally written for quite a while, about 2 years, and then Dan wrote a piece for it, and how he implemented each verse into the song, it fit like a glove. He did a really good job with that, and I think it's the most diverse sounding song that we have so far because of the transitions, the different sounds that it makes from one part to the next. Oh yes, about a bassist. Last episode we talked about or asking for opinions about whether or not we should get a bassist or a guitarist and we actually have a bassist in the works. His name is Tom Halpin. Really excited to see where this goes. Hopefully he'll be with us on May 13th. He has been working diligently this past week, and I think that trying to juggle a lifestyle on top of being in a band is something really worth mentioning.
There's a lot of commitment, and there's a lot of people involved that have different lives and different careers, and it's really hard to everyone get together and practice as much as it needs to be, especially if the process has been kickstarted with certain people absent for a good amount of time. Let's say like when I jumped in, there were the songs were pretty much instrumentally done, so I had to just. And some of the lyrics were even written, so I had to just rework the lyrics into my own way and write my own lyrics for some of the songs and really fit them in. So the process was very alien to me at first for the initial 5 songs. But as we move on, we'll be making new songs, and that will fit together much better. And the same thing with Tom Halpin when he comes in with the bass. He's gonna have to pick up some slack because we do have a lot of songs. We have 5 songs that are completed, and we have some in the works that have some parts done. But he does have free flow with his bass, so he can do what he wants, what he feels would fit.
He's a good bassist.
Yeah, and he's really good
too.
at both, which is awesome because we can always use more instruments in any capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm saying. It's gonna be work. It's a lot of work. Music is not. It's fun, but if you're having fun, it's not. It's not gonna be work. It's something you want to do because it's a hobby of yours, not just a hobby but a passion.
Yeah, and part of that fun incorporates all your friends, and that's what we try to maintain here at Wales. Just to be a bunch of bros jamming out.
But but the thing is, if you want to succeed, you want to see that passion get further and further, you really got to manage it like a business, and that's something we're trying to do. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing podcasts. Whether people listen to this or not, which I'm sure if you guys get this far on it, it means you're committed to this, and I appreciate it. Thank you. But we keep track of our finances. That's something Chris had learned from
actually,
Ken.
we can get into that on another episode. But just a good point to have is to always keep track of how much money you're spending, who's putting up money for the band, and make sure it's all like in one bank account, and that use Excel. That's a really great tool to use, and just write out all the expenses and keep track of what you sell at the shows. Another tidbit to know is how many shirts do you sell, to what gender, what size, because that will tally up for the next show how much you should order, instead of sitting around with, X amount of larges because you didn't sell enough and you didn't have enough mediums.
And shirts can get kind of, frustrating too and confusing
Yeah.
because you're getting different sizes, different colors, different makes, different, you got to get so you're dealing with.
It's all about getting a good sense of the crowd, who you're attracting to your shows. And we started with stickers and we were handing them out.
And you got really nice ones too.
Yeah.
Ones you can put outside and they won't fade away. That's another thing. Any investment in the band, it's a good investment. Like if this is something you really want to do, and you really commit to it, and you have a good group of people around you that are helping you out and hooking you up, and you have band members that really care about the band and want to push it forward, then you got yourself a really good situation. And success is only eminent if you just keep plugging away at it, almost on a daily basis.
And that all starts with open communication. And we can end on that note.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. This is Whale Talk episode 2. Please, touch base with us back on Facebook, like all that, good jargon and stuff. This is Dan Briz, the vocalist.
And this is Chris, the guitarist.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
See you later.